Hey, it's Bob Phibbs, the Retail Doc. It is the middle of January. We're expecting 40 inches of snow in a few days, and I'm back here at Eckland's to check in with Billy. Billy, good to see you again.
You too.
So the last time we were here, remember we redid this in very places where we had the Coke machine. This is where we had the LEDs. We had a lot of stuff. And then we reset it. So you called me and told me what happened after we reset that with the trailer and everything.
Well, we set up all the new stuff, the new tractors and the trailer with the UTV, lined it up different, and right away, people saw it better and sold it immediately.
Sold it immediately?
Immediately.
And didn't somebody say, when did you get those in? You're like, I got 5 of them up there.
We've had them for a long time.
That's it. Well, let's see what the changes we got in here now.
Let's go.
Cool. A great amount of work. I know we got some, this is our medium, this is the middle of our makeover. We're not done yet, are we?
No, not at all.
We're not done yet. So we still have all the oil, we still have to deal with that, but you can start to see that we've got the new fixtures in here, and take a look around. We've got, well, we got 4 tractors in here. Now, what are we doing with this, what are we doing with these doors? What are you going to do with these doors?
New doors, these doors are coming out, getting bigger doors, wider and
Why are we
taller.
doing bigger doors?
You get bigger tractors in.
Bigger tractors, because
more equipment.
We got more equipment, and we got one that's got, what, a cab on it or something?
Yep.
Is that what we're going to bring in here? And the important thing is that we have, how many machines do you think you have out there on your lawn?
100, 120.
120. So they make a huge statement, but then when you came in here, we didn't really see that much. And then we had all of those little yellow bins and all that, and I'll unpack that for you in a minute, but let's just look at some of the things Billy took advantage of. So he had that existing signage up there at the top. You see that? We just didn't have it turned on. And I see that an awful lot of times, that we have fixtures that have lights burned out, or we didn't really clean up, or we didn't do something, and somebody looks at it and they're like, hey, all we have to do is plug it in. That kind of is a nice thing to be able to do, right? Moving a whole store around is really hard, because invariably you're doing this while you're open, and there's a lot of moving parts. Particularly, we're here with heavy equipment, which personally I've never worked with before, but the principles are still the same. How do I get somebody's interest? How do I interrupt them on what they may be coming in here to do? If you remember from back in September, the problem we had is there's a beeline from here right to that counter where everybody was just hanging out. One of the things we're going to be having in the next time when you see the reveal is over here is going to be a whole coffee area where there'll be a table and seats, and then we'll have our brochures over here. You notice we've already got the kids' toys and some of the clothing over there. And this is, remember, is still going to end up being homeowner world, and that's construction world. And some of the cues that we're giving to make sure you know that is all of the shelving over here is red and the shelving over there is gray. Now, we're not through it all, but the important thing is you take a little bit every day. Trying to reset an entire store or business takes oftentimes many days, and a lot of times you set it and then you live with it for a while and you're like, yeah, that doesn't really work. So one of the things that we were able to do earlier, which I don't know if I've even shown you, is we cut this giant counter in half. Did you notice that? This giant counter, we used to go straight across, and it was way up here. So look at all the space that we were able to use to put up one of his best-selling tractors, and then make room for more of them, because here we are in the dead of winter. People aren't going to go out and look at 120 tractors on a hill, but they are going to pick up and ask questions about all of these. So the other thing to be aware of is that our lands of maintenance and oil are coming together really well, and trying to end up finding what is going to be best for Billy, but just you who's watching it, is to look at what are the items I have that I need to group together. So follow me. One of the things that we ended up doing is, you know, when it's really cold, these heaters are really a big deal. So we're going to display them. We're going to display them right out in front, and we're going to put our generator world back over here again, because that's what is going to happen in the wintertime. This is going to change with baling and some other things in the spring. But the more you can look at your different worlds, and then within them, look at how you can go through and put your product together that makes sense and helps focus customers down to, oh, pay attention to this, the better it's going to be. The more that they have to figure it out, the less you're going to sell. What I noticed about this store as we look around here is we've now defined the selling space. You got it? Because we've got these gondolas that have set this whole area of what we're looking at. We got the machines, we've got the generators, but this whole place is like we've put our arms around the customers. They walk in and we put some things that they would go out of their way to find, like the oil that was all up here. Remember all the oil we had up here? Well, now we've got that back on a display fixture, so it's going to draw them back to it. Now, we're nowhere near done, but you can start to see the bones of this project are going to get really, really good. Once we get the signage in place, we're going to be taking down this corrugated steel here and against the back, and we're going to be painting it. We're going to have a whole new customer center there that's going to allow customers to come in, find out more about our products. But for right now, the one thing you want to take away for a business makeover is it's not like an HGTV show where, oh, we've got 2 days to do this and bam, it all magically happens. Doesn't happen that way. These are real people with real concerns, and we have real stores trying to sell real merchandise. And frankly, in this store, we have to get keys for the merchandise to be able to put it together. So when you're doing your own business makeover, start small. What did we talk about in the first episode? We want to go through and declutter, get rid of everything that we don't need. Then we want to go through and define the space. What are the displays we need? What do we want to do? Then get the right fixtures, if that's new, if that's repurposing them, and then starting to think about how do we get people interrupted from merchandise to sell them one-on-one, so that when they're going to the parts counter, they pick something else up, because that's what we grow business, is we get the average number of items up, and we also get the average ticket up. That's what our goal is. So until the next time when you get to see the big reveal, and the big reveal is going to be really fun. It's going to be about 2 more months, because we're building the signs right now as we speak. This is the Retail Doc, Bob Phibbs, out.